So this is another video in my Soul Reflection series. So I post daily on Instagram as part of my nighttime routine when I sit down and reflect on my day and how the day's gone. So I post my learnings on Instagram so that, you know, I could just capture the things that I'm learning on the spiritual journey, and so that you can also read what I'm learning and use my learnings to propel you on your own spiritual journey. And one of the things that I've been reflecting about is veganism. You may be new to my channel, you may be not. But if you are new, I was vegan for about a year and a half, and I stopped being vegan in March of 2018 because I just no longer felt connected to being vegan. It just didn't feel, I felt like my intuition, I felt like I was going against my intuition. Like my body was craving animal products, and I felt like I was going against my natural desires by depriving myself of what my body really wanted. So I lasted just about a year and a half, so I feel like I did pretty well to last that long. And I just decided that, you know what, I'm going to stop resisting and I'm going to start allowing. I'm going to give my body what it's, I guess, quote unquote, crying out for. And I finished my vegan journey. And I know some of you guys may be like, oh, that means you weren't truly vegan in the first place. You can't be vegan and then decide not to be vegan. Vegan is more than a diet, it's a lifestyle, it's more than what you eat. I'm in complete agreement. I know how you feel. I know what you mean. But it is what it is. Like, I'm no longer vegan. I've been doing the V before 6 diet for, I guess, like just under a year now, because it's January at the time of filming this. And I have done a video about VB6, vegan before 6, what it means, how to do it, how I do it, why I like it. And I'm still on the VB6 diet. So the VB6 is very different from being vegan. Being vegan is much more than what you eat. It's a whole lifestyle about the clothes you wear, the kind of things that you buy and don't buy, the places that you go. It expands way beyond what you eat. But VB6 is solely about food. It's solely about the food you eat, and that's why it's a diet. So VB6 is essentially you're vegan before 6, so breakfast and lunch are vegan, but after 6 p.m, dinner time, you can eat what you want essentially, but just try and keep it in moderation. And then the VB6 diet allows you to be flexible during times of the year when doing VB6 is going to be more hassle than it's worth. So for example, if you're on vacation, you probably just want to enjoy yourself with your friends and family and go out to eat and explore all those great restaurants. So if you're on vacation, VB6 allows you to just be free and just to not do it, and then when you come back to England or wherever you live, to go back on the VB6 diet. So I really love VB6 because it gives me the flexibility that I need, but it also still keeps me in check in terms of making sure my diet is mostly plant-based, and I'm still focusing on trying to eat organic where I can, and, you know, just trying to feed my body with nutrition and not eat all those horrible type of meats that do nothing but rot and add toxins to your body. So essentially the reflections that I've been doing most recently about my vegan journey, or like my VB6 journey, if you want to be really accurate, is I've been thinking about whether I want to go back to veganism. And it's been like for the past month or so, I've been thinking to myself, like, I've been thinking, like, I want to be vegan again. I want to be vegan full time, and I want to do this. I just want to do this again. And I think just like because I'm really into holistic living, I'm into plant-based living, I'm into looking after our bodies and healing ourselves naturally with the foods and the herbs that God has placed on this earth. And I really do feel like I want to be as natural and holistic as possible. And obviously the most natural way of, well, actually no, I was gonna say like the most natural way of eating is eating a plant-based diet, but I'm not too sure if that's entirely true. But essentially I've just been thinking I should go back to being vegan full time and totally eliminating meat from my diet. Like I very, very rarely have dairy. Like I still don't drink cow's milk. Very rarely do I have red meat. Very, very rarely. So even though I'm doing VB6, I'm still very restrictive about the actual animal products that I do eat. But I'm not completely vegan, so I can't call myself a vegan. But I definitely have been thinking about, should I go back to being vegan full time? I think the space that I'm at right now is I have decided that I do not want to be vegan full time again, or I do not want to be eating a plant-based diet full time, because I do love having the flexibility that VB6 gives me, that being vegan before 6 or plant-based before 6 gives me. You know, being vegan before 6, you know, it means that you don't even have to eat a non-plant-based meal after 6 p.m. If you want to, your dinner can still be vegan, and maybe you can just eat animal products once a week or twice a week. It really, really depends. It's so flexible, and that's what I really, really like about it, because I know myself. I know that there will be a point in time where I want to eat chicken again, or I want to eat meat again, and kind of like placing that restriction on myself makes me feel like I am not living intuitively, like I'm not free. And I want to be free. I definitely want to be free, and I like having flexibility and options and choices in life. So I don't think I'm going to be fully vegan or fully plant-based anytime soon, but if that changes I will let you know. But I definitely do feel like being vegan / plant-based before 6 p.m. just gives me the flexibility that I need. And as women, like, we're allowed to change our minds and be inconsistent, and, you know, be one way one day then be like totally different the next day. Yeah, and I just feel like we should roll with it. And if you want to be vegan one week, or maybe I should stop using the word vegan, but if you want to be plant-based one week, then we could be plant-based. But if we want to allow ourselves to have some, like, you know, some sushi or some chicken or whatever it is the next week, then allow yourself that. But as long as you're like, overall, you're eating a more plant-based, alkaline diet, and you're just being really intentional about the food you put into your body and trying to nourish it rather than fill it with toxins, everything in moderation, everything in balance, I think that's just the way to go. So that's what I've been reflecting on. Let me know in the comments how you've chosen to live. If you feel intuitively led to be vegan or stay vegan or become vegan or to stop being vegan, let me know. Share your reflections in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.